for his forces. This unexpected development forced him to quickly revise his orders for the 5th Guards Tank Army, adapting the strategy to the altered circumstances on the battlefield. The impending clash at Prokhorovka was marked by the dynamic and evolving nature of the strategic dispositions on both sides. In the late hours of July 12th, the Soviet command received alarming intelligence that German forces had successfully crossed the northern Donets at Rzawes, also known as Rzawets, posing a significant threat to Rotmistrov's meticulously planned strategy. This development jeopardized the flank of the 5th Guards Tank Army and necessitated urgent action. Early on July 12th, Vatutin, the Soviet commander, issued orders to Rotmistrov instructing him to dispatch reinforcements to bolster the Soviet forces facing the 3rd Panzer Corps. In response to Vatutin's directive, Rotmistrov swiftly organized a task force under the leadership of his deputy, General K.G. Trufanov. This task force comprised the 26th Tank Brigade from the 2nd Guards Tank Corps, the 11th and 12th Guards Mechanized Brigades from the 5th Guards Mechanized Corps, and the 53rd Guards Tank Regiment from the 5th Guards Tank Army. Additional units from the reserve were also attached to the group as it moved southward. Remarkably, Rotmistrov committed over half of his reserves to this essential ad hoc advance, strategically deploying them before the onset of the Battle of Prokhorovka. Simultaneously, Vatutin, recognizing the gravity of the situation, focused the efforts of the Red Air Force on the 48th Panzer Corps to the west. This allocation of air support aimed to counteract the threat posed by the German forces in that sector, underlining the dynamic and adaptive nature of the Soviet response to the evolving challenges of this sector.
Schicken Sie uns ein MG-42-Trupp. Sagen Sie dem Kommandostab, wir greifen an. Sie sollen Verstärkung schicken. Aufteilen! Feldwebel, übernehmen Sie mit 3 Männern die Flanke. Ich gebe Ihnen Feuerschutz. Überprüfen Sie die Waffen.
By 0600, reports flooded into Leibstandarte headquarters, indicating the unmistakable sound of numerous tank engines as the Soviet tank crews prepared for their impending advance. The tension in the air heightened as the Soviets initiated a brief artillery barrage between 0600 and 0615. As the final shells echoed through the battlefield at 0630, Rotmistrov transmitted the coded words "Stal, Stal, Stal, Steel, Steel, Steel," signalling the decisive order to commence the attack. With this command, the armoured forces of the 5th Guards Tank Army surged forward, marking the beginning of their determined advance